If you know me and Andy, it's very typical of us. Nothing goes to plan. The boat guy calls, had to cancel because the seas were wild. So we were in Capri, so I'm like, amazing. This is just another elaborate 30th birthday celebration. Let's go, let's do this. So as I was going, we were getting there, we were nearing. First thing happened. I was like, oh, Andy, I don't feel too good.
What happens when the bridal salon manager becomes the bride? Bridal fittings, freakouts, timelines and TikToks. We're flipping the script and we're beginning our journey with our very own love story. Welcome to the Bluebell Bridecast. I'm Julie, and it's not your typical podcast or story. It's about real brides, real stories, navigating the journey that is planning a wedding whilst keeping your mind and your personality. So whether you're mid-spiral or just here for the vibe, we've got real stories, smart tips and chats that don't sugarcoat the process. We're beginning today with a story from home and the proposal story of our salon manager. It's a great story. I hope you enjoy. So first for Bluebell Bridal.
Yes.
I mean, not only are you coming up, is it 10 years in September?
It'll be 10 years this September that I'll be working here.
Big celebration, but there's more than that.
Yeah.
You're getting married and you're the first of all of our team to actually get married.
Yes.
So we want to explore.
Ask me anything.
Okay, ask you anything. Yeah, because
Ask
we'd
me
like to
anything.
explore, you know, the two sides, the sides that
Yeah.
you have as part of your work world.
Yep.
Helping brides find their dresses.
Yeah.
But now it's flipping.
Yeah.
And it's you and Andrew.
It feels bizarre. I will say it's very strange when I think about like me being a bride. I know like you always ask me, or like everyone here
Yep.
says, oh, okay, you know, you're getting married, does it feel like you're a bride? But I think it hasn't like registered. I don't know if it's just a me thing or if it is actually a bride thing that doesn't like register. I don't know. It feels bizarre to think of
Okay.
me as a bride. But now I'm starting to think about it.
Okay, and what about thinking yourself as a missus?
No, that's weird.
That one takes a bit of
Yeah,
that takes a
that's
bit of
too
getting
weird.
used to it. Sort of.
Yeah.
And also when you go into from being my boyfriend to my partner
Yeah.
to my
Yeah.
fiance
Yeah.
to husband,
Yeah,
that's different.
I still don't say fiance. I still be like, if I'm introducing Andy or Andrew,
Yeah.
I call him Andy. So with him, I still call Andy my partner. I don't say fiance.
Okay.
It feels weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been going out?
So we met in 2019. So it would be 6 years coming up.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
Okay.
At the
Now
end of
I
this
do
year.
remember early on,
Yeah.
one of the first dates.
Yeah.
Pretty special.
Yeah, it was.
Just rerun it through with me again.
I will share. This is probably how he was very good. So we just met at Loop Bar, which was just here in Melbourne, and I was waiting, so it was just right after work.
Yeah.
And he at least rang, so I was sitting there waiting, and I'm like, okay, like, where is he? He's probably about half an hour. Actually, no, maybe exaggerating that one. That's 20 minutes. And then he's meant to say, I'm so sorry, like I'm here, I'm coming, I'm just on my way. So I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. I wait a few minutes, and then this bartender comes up with a drink for me, and she goes, this is from Andrew. He says, just have a drink, wait for him while he gets here. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, first I thought, I'm like, I'm on a date, like who's getting me a drink? And I was like, who else is here that's giving me a drink? And I was like, oh no, Andrew, yes, Andrew. I'm like, yeah, oh sweet. And so that's what made me stay, otherwise I'd have left.
Well, he's very lucky that you did stay.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
like to say, it's one of those, and we've all been there.
Yeah.
Are they coming? Are
Are they not? I'm like, am I being stood up for this date?
Okay.
But no. At least he told me, so I was waiting. So it was during the COVID time actually, so 2020. So he actually got stuck in New Zealand. We were meant to sort of see each other once every couple of months within that year that he was going to be in New Zealand. But then he obviously got stuck there.
Yeah.
And then we literally had to do long distance without us even realising we wanted to do that. So it was when he came back at the end of 2020, so he surprised me. I didn't know.
Oh.
So he, obviously when the borders opened, he was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm just gonna come. So he did, he surprised me, and it was, I think that moment when he came and I saw him and like that feeling, I was like, oh my God, like he's here, he's in person. I think that's where I was like, okay,
Uh-huh.
I think it could be something more
You
than
had the
just
heart flip.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, yeah, I think that's probably when I went, okay, this is probably not a casual thing. It could be something a bit more. but he fell first, I would say. I'm holding my heart to that. He fell for me first.
So you went for
No.
So fast tracking into your engagement story.
Yeah. So we got engaged August 2023 because that was my 30th.
Oh.
That's where he was meant to do it.
Okay. Now this is a story to behold.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you know me and Andy, it's very typical of us. Nothing goes to plan. So he originally had it was on my 30th birthday,
Yep.
and he had this whole thing planned and exciting on the day. The boat guy calls, so he was meant to do it on a boat, but he was supposed to do it the day before, had to cancel because the seas were wild. The engagement story was on the day. We get up and we're ready to go on this gorgeous boat ride. So I don't know anything. I'm still thinking this is part 2 of my 30th birthday plans because it was something we were meant to do the day before.
Yes.
So I'm like, great, part 2 of my birthday, let's go. So we went on the boat. So Andy got there. It was just a speedboat. So both Andy and I were on it. So we didn't have a skipper. So he was the one riding the boat.
Did you have any idea at this point?
None whatsoever.
You're just like, we're going on this.
We're
lake.
in Italy, so this was in Amalfi. So we were in Capri. So I'm like, amazing. This is just another elaborate 30th birthday celebration. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
It was in Sorrento. We're going to Sorrento to Capri. So on this, I'm like, oh, amazing. We're on this boat. How fabulous. And then Andy's like, all right, I'm just going to get us to a swim spot. Like, we'll go here and we'll dive in to the water. I'm like, amazing. So as I was going, we were getting there. We were nearing. First thing happened. I was like, oh, Andy, I don't feel too good. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I think I feel seasick. And I was feeling like really unwell. He goes, oh no, okay, all right. He's like, nope, that's fine. Let's go to this swim spot. We'll put the boat down. We'll stay calm and we'll just relax. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we got there. So here's the two of us, never ridden a boat before. So he's like, okay, Shonali, I'm going to park here. Like, you just anchor. So just anchor your spot down there and we'll be fine. I'm like, okay, great, no problem. So I'm like, okay, fine. Now I'm stressed. I'm seasick. I'm done. I just need to, let's just get into the water. I'm done. Another thing, I left my bathers in the car.
Oh, God.
And so I thought, you know what? It's fine. So Andy, obviously in my mind, I'm like, okay, great, whatever. It's my birthday. But Andy's like, all right, I'm not doing the engagement here because it's just too messy.
Not the romantic
This is
thing
not
you had
the
in mind.
romantic time that he had in mind. So he's like, let's go to Capri and we'll have our lunch spot there. So we went. After we had a swim, I was like, you know what? Who cares about the bathers? I'm just going to jump in. I'm going to jump in with my bright undies. Who cares? Went to the swim spot. Went to the lunch spot.
Yep.
We had our lunch, and then we sort of sat down, tried to relax, and then Andy was like, no, I just don't feel, there was like, he thought there would be like a nice romantic moment, but we had all of these like tourists coming in, and there was this like a big group of families. They were laughing, they were screaming, having a good time, and then we're like, no, this is not the moment. So the whole day it was just one after the other,
and he's got this beautiful ring. Oh.
Just sitting with him. Clearly I had no idea. So I'm just like, oh, who cares, whatever. Like it's fine. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not well. I'm not feeling good. But it was kind of nice because we had that lunch spot. We sat, we relaxed by the pool, we had a bit of a chill. And then, so we got back on the boat, took a couple of pictures because it was my 30th, as I said.
Yep.
So I'm like a big Friends fan. I love the show Friends. I don't know if you've seen it, but love it. Love Friends. So he got me this t-shirt that says the one where Shonali turns 30 in Italy. So he was like, okay, actually, it's like, he found the perfect spot. It was quite nice. It was calm. It was maybe about 30, 40 metres away from the Capri Island. So we had the Capri Island in the background with the water around us. So he goes, oh, actually, Shonali, this will be the perfect spot to take a photo of you with your t-shirt. So I'm like, amazing. So I got my t-shirt on. I'm like smiling. I'm like, woo. And I think he sort of went, okay, I think this is going to be a good time. So then he was like, oh, you know, seeing as it's your wedding, so your birthday 2.0, I've got a gift for you. So he gives me this like little, kind of like a little bottle, you know, like a genie a message in the bottle thing.
Yeah.
So he's got a little message, little bottle. He goes, okay, here, like that's for you. So I'm like, oh, lovely.
Did you think, what were you thinking at this point?
Honestly, so this is how oblivious I was.
bless your
I
heart.
had no idea. So I'm like, ooh, what could this be? So he wrote this really beautiful, this is again, how oblivious I was.
Yeah.
He had this beautiful sort of thing written down, and he was like, you know, I'd be the luckiest man if, you know, I'd spend the rest of my life with you.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Again, so he had the ring right there. So obviously because we're on a boat, he didn't get down on one knee. So he just had like the ring like
walking
this.
backwards
Well,
and forwards.
he had the ring like this, but again, this is how oblivious I
So you're
was.
reading the note.
I'm reading the note. He's there.
You've got your T-shirt, reading the
I
note.
read the note, had the
Oh.
T-shirt, and I go, oh, that's really sweet. So I turn over. I'm like, oh, babe, that's so sweet. Didn't even realize
That is
that he's got the ring like this, and he's like, so, and I was like, thank you so much. And then he's like, okay, I don't think she's realised that I'm proposing. So then he literally like we both had our sunnies on. He took his sunglasses off. He's like, Shanali, will you marry me? And then I was like, oh my god. So yeah, then I bawled. I was crying.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a whole thing. It was.
Yeah.
So I was like that whole day was just a mixture of everything going wrong.
yeah.
But we actually found that like
Seamanship, bit of seasickness,
seasickness,
lunch,
lunching.
swimming.
Oh, it was a whole day thing, and it was just. But it was again very much us. Like we
Yeah.
just found those 15 minutes of
Yeah.
perfection, and it just worked. And we laugh about it now because I'm like, if it's us, it's so
Yeah.
us that we just everything all happens, but we always find like a really nice moment. So I was very, very surprised,
Yeah.
and I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
But it was a perfect ending to a crazy
Okay.
day and a crazy birthday. So it was really, really special.
Did anybody else know?
Yeah, my family all
Okay.
knew because my dad. Andy had actually asked my dad.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like
Yeah.
permission before going. So it was funny because he was supposed to obviously do it on the day of my birthday, which was the day before.
Yeah.
And so we FaceTimed, because obviously I'm a twin. So
Yes.
it was at 30, so I messaged, calling my brother, and I'm like, happy birthday.
And
he's
they're
like,
all
"Happy
looking in the
birthday."
camera,
And they're all
like-
waiting. And I literally said to Andy, I'm like, why? They're really quiet. Like, this is weird. Like, my family, if you know my family, they're not quiet. They're just like,
Energizer, yeah.
So I messaged, I was like, hi, happy birthday. And then literally they were all just like this smiling at the camera. And I was like, I think they were like, did it happen? Because they were thinking it was happening on the day. So no, so when I called them the next day, they were like, finally, because we were wondering why you didn't say anything like about the engagement or anything when we called. And then Andy was like, yeah, because I didn't do it on the day.
So was he in the back doing this?
No, I think in his face he was just like, yeah. No, don't ask anything about engagement.
Yeah.
Look at the head. There's no So yeah, it was really funny. It was really awkward. But they knew. They all knew. And I was
all knew.
surprised because they don't keep secrets very well. So
Yeah, I remember coming in and no one knew. We sort of hoped.
yeah.
And the team had that.
Did you ever think that when I left for that trip? Did you ever think?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah, I was thinking if you're doing the big European trip or you're doing
Yeah.
the weekend away or something, and the
Yeah.
couple have been together for a while and they seem really connected.
Yeah.
It seems like there's an anticipation
Yeah, okay.
of maybe, but I
Yeah.
didn't know definitively.
Yeah.
And just when we came in one Saturday morning,
Yeah.
they said, one of the team said, oh, look, check something on the computer. And I
Yeah.
went and checked, and they had you up as a screensaver.
Yeah.
And we all just started screaming.
Yeah.
And we're like, yay, this is so
Because I literally
amazing.
just snapped the photo and I'm like, send.
Yeah, no, it was just, oh, great. Beautiful story.
Yay.
So part one
Yeah.
of the now we're transitioning to getting married.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, that's it from today's episode. I hope you enjoyed Shanali's journey, the trials and tribulations of her very beautiful proposal. We'd love to hear from you. And if you've got any bridal gown stories or any bridal journey stories, please do direct message us. But if you've enjoyed today's episode, please kindly click the like and subscribe, and you'll get to join the journey with us for our next episode.